I teach you a very strange thing. I teach you a very dangerous thing. I teach you to be selfish. I know the word hurts you from the very beginning. From the moment you drank your mother's milk, you have been told the opposite. Your parents, your teachers, your priests, your politicians, the whole world has been telling you one single thing. Don't be selfish. Be unselfish. Serve others. Sacrifice yourself. They have made selfishness the ugliest word in the dictionary. And they have made altruism the holiest word. But look at the world they have created. For thousands of years, you have been taught to be unselfish. Has the world become a paradise? Has the world become a place of love, of sharing, of joy? No, it is a hell. It is a place of war, of misery, of conflict, of jealousy. Something must be fundamentally wrong with your teaching. Something must be fundamentally missing. I say to you, the teaching of unselfishness is the root cause of all the misery in the world. It sounds paradoxical. How can unselfishness be the cause of misery? Try to understand the mechanism. They say, love thy neighbor, but they never add the second part of the sentence. Even Jesus said, love thy neighbor as thyself. As thyself. That is the bridge. If you do not love yourself, how can you love the neighbor? From where will the love come? You are empty, you are dry, you are a desert. And you are trying to give water to others. You don't have any water. Your unselfishness is fake. Your service is a pretense. Your helping others is nothing but an ego trip. I want to destroy this word unselfishness completely. It is unnatural. It is against biology. It is against psychology. It is against spirituality. Have you ever seen a rose flower being unselfish? Does the rose say, I will bloom only for the good of others? I will release my fragrance only if a poor man passes by? No, the rose is selfish. It blooms for its own joy. It dances in the wind for its own sheer delight. It is not concerned with you. It is not a social worker. But because it is selfish, because it is full of joy, because it is dancing, the fragrance spreads, and the passerby receives it. The king receives it. The beggar receives it. The fragrance is a byproduct of the rose being totally itself. I want you to be a rose. I don't want you to be a missionary. The missionary is the ugliest creature on earth. Have you looked into the eyes of a missionary, a social servant? You will not find joy there. You will find seriousness. You will find a heavy burden. They are carrying the cross, and they want you to carry the cross too. They are miserable, and because they are miserable, they can only share misery. You can only give what you have. This is a simple economic law. If you have money, you can give money. If you have joy, you can give joy. If you have misery, you will give misery. And your so-called saints, your so-called Mahatmas who are serving the poor, they are full of inner poverty. They are serving the poor to feel superior. I am the giver, you are the beggar. The ego feeds on this distinction. If you are truly selfish, if you are truly full of light, you don't serve, you share. And in sharing, there is no superiority. In sharing, you are grateful that the other person received your gift. He unburdened you. If the cloud is full of rain, it has to shower. The cloud is grateful to the thirsty earth. Thank you for receiving my water. That is the attitude of a selfish man who has become an emperor. Why has society condemned the self? You must understand the conspiracy. Society wants slaves. Society does not want individuals. If you are selfish, you become an individual. You become centered in yourself. You start looking at your own needs, your own bliss, your own growth. You become a light unto yourself. And a man who is a light unto himself cannot be enslaved. You cannot force him to go to war. He will say, why should I kill? I love life. I love my life and I love the life of others. I am not going to kill for your flag. A selfish man is dangerous to the politicians. A selfish man is dangerous to the priests, because the priest lives on your guilt. If you love yourself, you don't feel guilty, you feel happy. And a happy man does not go to church. A happy man does not bow down to a statue. A happy man dances. His own body becomes the temple. So the priest and the politician have joined hands to destroy your self-love. They have told you, you are ugly, you are born in sin, your nature is evil. Don't trust yourself, trust the holy book, trust the leader. Sacrifice yourself for the nation, sacrifice yourself for the religion. Sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. They have turned the whole of humanity into a slaughterhouse, and you are the sheep. And you are so hypnotized that you think it is a virtue to be slaughtered. When a soldier dies killing others, you give him a medal, you call him a hero. He is not a hero, he is a victim. He was a victim of a hypnotic spell called unselfishness. Country comes first, you come last. I say to you, you come first. Because if you are not there, the country is not there, the religion is not there, existence starts with you. You are the center of your universe. Do not be ashamed of it, rejoice in it. Look at your relationships. Why are they so miserable? Because two beggars are trying to help each other. The husband is empty. He is looking for happiness. He thinks the wife will give it to him. The wife is empty. She is looking for happiness. She thinks the husband will give it to him. Two beggars standing in front of each other, holding their begging bowls. Give me joy, says the husband. Give me love, says the wife. But neither has it. So sooner or later, they get angry. You are cheating me. You are not giving me what I want. And the wife says, you are cheating me. Nobody is cheating anybody. You are just mathematically illiterate. 0 plus 0 equals 0. Even if you multiply 0 by 0, it is still 0. A marriage of two unselfish people, two people who have forgotten themselves to serve the other, is a double 0. It is a disaster. First, become an emperor. What do I mean by an emperor? I don't mean you have to conquer kingdoms. I mean you have to conquer your own inner space. Be selfish enough to discover who you are. Be selfish enough to meditate. Be selfish enough to dance, to sing, to enjoy your food, to enjoy your sleep. Nourish yourself. Nurture yourself. Just as a gardener nurtures the tree, he puts manure, he puts water, he protects it from the sun. Is the gardener being selfish? He loves the tree. You are the tree. You are the gardener. If you nurture yourself, soon you will see flowers blooming. Great silence will arise in you. Great peace, great love. It will start flowing in your blood. It will start radiating from your eyes. Now you can love. Now you don't need to be unselfish. Now love is your nature. If you touch someone, your touch will be a blessing. If you speak to someone, your word will be poetry. Not because you are trying to help them, but because you are so full, you are overflowing. Let me tell you a story. There was a great woman mystic, Rabia of Basra. She was sitting in her hut. It was a beautiful morning. The sun was rising, the birds were singing, the flowers were opening. Another mystic, Hassan, came to visit her. He stood outside the door and called out, "Rabia, come out! Look at the glory of God's creation. It is so beautiful outside." Rabia laughed from inside the hut. She said, "Hassan, you come in. Inside is the Creator. Outside is only the creation. I have found the source. Why should I look at the reflection? I am selfish enough to be with the Creator within me." This is the state of the emperor. You are running outside, chasing shadows, trying to fix the world. I want to help the poor. I want to save the environment. I want to stop the war. Good intentions. But who are you? Are you saved? Are you peaceful? If you are not peaceful, your peace work will create a new war. Look at the history of revolutions. Every revolution claims to help the poor. Liberty, equality, fraternity. They kill the Tsar, they kill the king, they come to power. And then they become the new Tsars, they become the new kings. Stalin was worse than the Tsar. Why? Because Stalin was the same unmeditative, unselfish, empty man. He was just angry. He wanted to change the world, but he had not changed himself. The revolution failed because the revolutionary was not selfish enough to transform his own being first. You have to understand the psychology of the mother. The mother is the greatest victim of this unselfish ideology, and she becomes the greatest victimizer. Every mother tells the child, "I sacrificed my life for you. I didn't buy new saris so you could go to school. I didn't eat so you could eat. I destroyed my youth for you." She says this again and again. And what is she creating in the child? Guilt. She is creating a deep wound of guilt. The child feels, "I am responsible for my mother's misery. I am a burden. If I were not here, she would have been happy." What a terrible thing to do to a child. You are poisoning his very existence. And because the mother sacrificed, now she demands payment. "I sacrifice for you, now you sacrifice for me." Don't marry that girl. Marry the girl I choose. Don't be a poet, be an engineer. Earn money for me. It is a business deal. The sacrifice was an investment. Now she wants the return on investment. And if the child wants to be free, she cries. She creates drama. Look how much I suffer. This is not love. This is emotional blackmail. A selfish mother, a truly selfish mother would be different. She would say, I love you because it gives me joy to love you. I am nourishing you not for your sake, but for my sake, because seeing you grow makes me happy. You don't owe me anything. I was a mother because I wanted to be a mother. It was my fulfillment. Go, be free, be happy. Your happiness is my happiness. Do you see the difference? The unselfish mother creates a slave. The selfish mother creates a free soul. Because she is food, she doesn't need to suck the blood of her child. She gives out of abundance, not out of debt. The world needs more selfish mothers. The world needs more selfish fathers, parents who are so happy with their own lives that they don't burden their children with their unfulfilled ambitions. Usually, the father wanted to be a doctor, but he failed, so he forces the son to be a doctor. You must fulfill my dream. This is violence. Why should the son fulfill your dream? He has his own dream. He wants to be a guitarist. But you say, no, be unselfish. Think of the family. Think of the family prestige. You are killing the individual for the sake of the mob. The family is a mob. The nation is a mob. And the individual is the only reality. I stand for the individual. I stand for the absolute freedom of the individual to be himself. And that is only possible if you drop this nonsense of altruism and accept your nature. Your nature is to seek bliss. Your nature is to expand. Your nature is to become God. Don't settle for anything less. I have looked at your so-called good people, the people who are always trying to help others, the people who are running charities, the people who are reforming society, the people who are trying to save your soul. And I have found them to be the most dangerous people on earth. Avoid them like the plague. If you see a do-gooder coming, run as fast as you can, because he is not coming to help you. He is coming to satisfy his own ego. He needs a victim. He needs someone to be helpless so he can be the helper. If you are happy, if you are strong, if you are independent, the do-gooder feels very uncomfortable around you. He feels useless. His whole identity depends on your misery. If the whole world became happy today, your saints and social workers would commit suicide. They would be unemployed. They have a vested interest in your poverty. They have a vested interest in your sickness. Just like the doctor has a vested interest in disease unconsciously perhaps, but it is there. The altruist has a vested interest in your suffering. Let me tell you a story. There was a great flood in the jungle. A monkey managed to climb up a tall tree to save his life. He was sitting there safe and dry. Then he looked down into the raging water and he saw a fish struggling against the current. The monkey had a very kind heart. He was a very Christian monkey, a very socialist monkey. He felt great compassion. He thought, poor fish, he is drowning, he is struggling, I must save him. So, risking his own life, the monkey hung down from the branch, grabbed the fish and pulled him out of the water. He placed the fish on the branch next to him. He patted the fish and said, now you are safe, my friend. rest. The fish gasped, the fish jumped, and within a few minutes the fish died. The monkey was very sad. He said, I tried my best, but it seems it was God's will. Do not laugh. This is exactly what your missionaries have done to the East. This is exactly what your advanced nations are doing to the third world. They pull the fish out of the water to save it. They impose their ideas of life, their ideas of religion, their ideas of progress on people who live in a totally different element, and they kill them. They destroy their culture, they destroy their spirit, they destroy their joy, and then they say, we were only trying to help. Good intentions are not enough. Hell is paved with good intentions. Unless you have wisdom, your good intentions will only create chaos. And wisdom comes from self-knowledge. Wisdom comes from being selfish, meaning selfish, focused on the self, rooted in the self. The monkey was ignorant. He did not know the nature of the fish. He projected his own nature onto the fish. If I am happy in the tree, the fish will be happy in the tree. This is the violence of the altruist. He forces his medicine down your throat without ever asking if you are sick. Look at the faces of your social servants. Are they radiating bliss? Are they dancing? No. They look very serious. They look burdensome. They carry the weight of the whole world on their shoulders. I have to save humanity. Who are you to save humanity? You cannot even save yourself. You are drowning in your own anxiety, your own anger, your own lust, your own greed, and you are trying to save others. Please have mercy on others. Don't save them. Leave them alone. Your seriousness is a disease. It is contagious. If a social worker enters a room, the whole atmosphere becomes heavy. Everyone stops laughing. Because to laugh in front of him feels like a sin. How can you laugh when there is so much poverty in Ethiopia? How can you dance when there is a war in the Middle East? This is his logic. Because there is misery somewhere, you must be miserable here. You must join the club of misery to show your solidarity. I say to you, this is madness. If there is darkness in the room, do you help by destroying your own candle? Do you say, there is so much darkness, it is not right for me to have light, let me blow out my candle? You idiot! If there is darkness, protect your candle, make it brighter. Become a bonfire so that at least some darkness is dispelled. By becoming miserable yourself, you are not helping the poor, you are just adding one more miserable person to the world. You are increasing the total quantity of misery. How does that help? If I am sick and you sit by my bed and cry and become sick yourself, does it cure me? No, it just makes me feel guilty that I made you sick. I need a doctor who is healthy. I need a doctor who is vibrant, who is alive. His health gives me hope. His energy pulls me up. The world needs happy people. The world needs selfishly happy people. People who are determined to be joyful no matter what happens. These people are the true healers. And why do these people want to help? Go deeper into their psychology. They want to help because they feel empty inside. They are running away from themselves. If you sit silently in your room, you have to face your own inner demons. You have to face your boredom, your loneliness, your lack of meaning. It is painful. So you escape. You go to the club, you go to the cinema, or if you are moral, you go to serve the poor. Service is an escape from the self. It is a drug. Just as the drunkard drinks alcohol to forget his worries, the social worker drinks service to forget his inner emptiness. He is always busy. I have a meeting, I have a rally, I have a protest. He creates so much noise around him so that he cannot hear the small, still voice inside. Because that voice is saying you are hollow. You are wasting your life. You have not bloomed. To avoid this voice, he creates a great cloud of virtue. He thinks, I am a good man, look how much I do. He is trying to earn a place in heaven because he has created a hell on earth. I teach you not to run away. Stop saving the world. The world is big enough to take care of itself. It has managed for millions of years without you. It will manage after you are gone. Come back home. Come back to yourself. Face your emptiness. And in that facing, the transformation happens. If you stay with the emptiness, suddenly it changes into fullness. It changes into a vast sky of silence. And from that silence, a different kind of action arises. Action that is not an escape, action that is a dance. The problem with your civilization is that it is action-oriented. It is obsessed with doing. Don't just sit there, do something. This is the motto of the West. I teach you the opposite. Don't just do something, sit there. Sit there until you find your center. Sit there until the mud settles and the water becomes clear. Sit there until you know who you are, because all your doing comes from your being. If your being is confused, your doing will be confused. If your being is violent, your doing will be violent even if you talk about peace. Look at the peace marchers. They are shouting slogans for peace, but look at their faces. They are red with anger. They are ready to fight the police. They are ready to burn buses for peace. They are fighting for peace. It is absurd. You cannot fight for peace. You can only be peace if you are peaceful. Your vibration creates peace. If you are agitated, you create agitation. Being is the source. Doing is the outcome. But you are taught to ignore the source and focus on the outcome. It is like painting the leaves of a dead tree green. The tree is dead, the roots are dry. But you come with a bucket of green paint and you paint the leaves. And you say, look, the tree is alive. You are fooling yourself and you are fooling the neighbors. But you cannot fool existence. The tree will not bear fruit. It will not give shade. Society paints you. It teaches you manners. It teaches you etiquette. It teaches you charity. These are green paints. Inside you are full of greed. Outside you give charity. Inside you are full of anger. Outside you smile. This split creates schizophrenia. You become two people. The private face and the public face. And the gap between the two is the tension of your life. I want you to be one. Drop the paint. If the tree is dry, accept it is dry. Water the roots. Selfishness means watering your own roots. Consider the lamp. A lamp does not run around the town shouting, I have light. Who needs light? Let me help you. The lamp simply burns. It has oil, it has a wick, it has fire. It is selfish, it consumes the oil for its own flame, but because it burns, light falls on the surroundings. If a traveler is passing by, he sees the road. If a thief is passing by, he sees the lock. The lamp does not choose. The lamp does not say, I will give light to the saint, but I will withhold light from the thief. No, the lamp is indifferent. It just gives, not because it wants to give, but because to give is its nature. It cannot help it. When you are full of light, you cannot help but share. Compassion is not an act, it is a radiation. It is like body heat. If you are alive, you radiate heat. You don't try to radiate heat. If you are spiritually alive, you radiate love. You don't have to do anything. Just sitting silently, you are a blessing to the world. Just walking on the street, your grace makes the street holy. This is what I mean by the holy sinner. He may not follow your moral codes. He may not go to the temple, but he is the temple. And the people who follow the codes, the moralists, the Puritans, they are just graveyards, whitewashed graveyards, clean on the outside, rotting on the inside. You have to change the geometry of your life. Right now, you live on the periphery. The periphery consists of the others. What people think of me, what people say about me, how can I impress them? Your whole life is a performance for an audience. You dress for the audience, you speak for the audience, you behave for the audience. You are a beggar seeking their approval. Please clap for me. Please tell me I am good. And if they don't clap, you are depressed. This is a slave life. Move from the periphery to the center. The center is I, not the ego I. The ego is also on the periphery created by others. The real I, the witness. When you are at the center, you don't care about the applause. You are enjoying the dance so much that it doesn't matter if anyone is watching. You could be dancing alone in the dark and the joy would be the same. This is autonomy. This is freedom. And strangely, when you stop caring about the audience is mesmerized. Because they have never seen a free man. They have only seen actors. When they see a man who is totally natural, totally selfishly enjoying his own being, they fall in love. They are drawn to him like moths to a flame. That is why Jesus attracts. That is why Buddha attracts. Not because they served you. Buddha didn't open any hospitals. He didn't open any schools. He didn't distribute food. He just sat under a tree. For 40 years, he just sat and talked. And yet, millions were transformed. Why? Because he was full. He was so selfishly full of his own godliness that anyone who came near him caught the fire. It is a transmission. Be a fire. Don't be a social worker. So the first step is drop the guilt. Drop the guilt of being happy. Religions have taught you that misery is holy. Look at Jesus on the cross, sad, dying, bleeding. That is the symbol of your religion. Why not the resurrected Jesus? Why not the Jesus who turns water into wine? I prefer the Jesus who turns water into wine. He is a lover of life. He wants people to celebrate. But the priests focus on the cross. He suffered for you. So you must suffer for him. It is a cult of suffering. If you laugh in a church, people look at you as if you are crazy. Laughter is not allowed. Seriousness is required. I say to you, laughter is the only prayer. Dance is the only worship. If you can laugh totally, your ego disappears. In a deep belly laugh, there is no I. There is only laughter. That is a meditative moment. Be selfish enough to laugh. Be selfish enough to enjoy your food, your sex, your walk, your bath. Make every ordinary activity a celebration. I am doing this for my joy. When you take a bath, don't just wash the dirt, enjoy the water. Feel the coolness on your skin. Be playful with the water. It is a small thing, but if you can enjoy the water totally, you have learned the art of meditation. And a man who loves the water, how can he pollute the river? It is impossible. He loves the water. The man who pollutes the river is the serious businessman who doesn't care about water, he cares about profit. Or the serious politician who cares about power. The lover of life never destroys life. So, the only way to save the world is to create more lovers of life. More selfish people who love their own experience of existence so much that they cannot harm anything because everything is part of that experience. Let us go deeper into the geometry of your soul. Every human being exists on two planes. One is the periphery, the circumference, the outer boundary. The other is the center, the core, the axis. The periphery is where you meet the world. It is your skin. It is your senses. It is your personality. It is where the other exists. Your wife, your husband, your children, your boss, your society, they all touch you at the periphery. The storm is always on the periphery. Have you watched a cyclone? The winds are blowing at 200 miles per hour. It is destroying houses, uprooting trees. But if you go to the exact center of the cyclone, the eye of the storm, what do you find? Absolute silence. Not even a blade of grass is moving. It is a miracle. Surrounded by chaos, the center remains untouched. You are that cyclone. Your periphery is always in chaos. Today you are rich, tomorrow you are poor. Today you are healthy, tomorrow you are sick. Today you are young, tomorrow you are old. People praise you, people blame you. This is the wheel of samsara. It goes round and round. Most of you live only on the periphery. You have forgotten the center. You are running with the winds. You are holding on to the leaves of the tree, shaking with every gust of wind. And because you live on the periphery, you are dependent on the other. If the neighbor smiles, you are happy. If the neighbor frowns, you are sad. You have given the remote control of your life to others. You are a puppet. and you call this life. This is not life. This is a slow torture, some death. I teach you to move from the periphery to the center. This movement is what I call selfishness, to be self-centered. In your language, if you call someone self-centered, it is an insult. You say, oh, he is very self-centered. You mean he is arrogant, he is closed off. But in my language, self-centered is the highest compliment. It means a man who is centered in his self. It means a man who is rooted. A man who is no longer a leaf in the wind, but the trunk of the tree. When you are self-centered, the world can scream, the world can criticize, the world can praise. It does not touch you. You hear it, but it remains on the surface. Deep down, you remain cool. Deep down, you remain in bliss. This is the only freedom. Unless you are self-centered, you are a slave of public opinion. Look at the politicians. They are the least self-centered people in the world. They live entirely for the vote. They live entirely for the applause. If the crowd cheers, they inflate like balloons. If the crowd boos, they puncture. They have no soul of their own. They are just reflections of the crowd. Do not be a politician. Be a mystic. The mystic lives from the inside out. The politician lives from the outside in. The unselfish person is a politician. He is always calculating. If I do this, will people think I am good? If I sacrifice this, will I get a reward in heaven? It is all calculation. It is all business. The selfish person, the meditator, does not calculate. He simply asks one question. Does this make me feel alive? Does this resonate with my truth? If the answer is yes, he does it, even if the whole world stands against him. If the answer is no, he does not do it, even if the whole world demands it. This is integrity. You have been told that to be self-centered is to be lonely. This is a lie. The person who lives on the periphery is lonely. Why? Because he is always begging for attention, and no amount of attention is ever enough. He is a bottomless pit. You can pour love into him, you can pour praise into him, but he leaks because he has no bottom, he has no center to hold it. So he feels lonely even in a crowd. But the man who lives at the center, he is never lonely. He is alone. And there is a vast difference between loneliness and aloneness. Loneliness is a sickness. It is the feeling that I am missing the other, I am incomplete. Aloneness is a health. It is the feeling that I am complete, I am enough. I am enjoying my own company so much that I don't need anyone. When you are in the state of aloneness, you are an emperor. You are full. And when an emperor meets another emperor, another centered being, there is a meeting of two peaks. It is beautiful. But when two lonely people meet, it is a crash. It is two empty cups hitting each other. They break. So, the first duty you have, the only duty you have, is to cure your loneliness and transform it into aloneness. And the only medicine is selfishness. Go in, close your eyes. Forget the wife, forget the children, forget the money, forget the God. Just be with yourself. Enjoy the sensation of breathing. Enjoy the silence between the thoughts. Fall in love with yourself. If you cannot love yourself, who else is going to love you? You are the closest person to yourself. Start there. Now, the biggest barrier, the wall that stands between you and your center, that wall is guilt. For centuries, the priests have been building this wall brick by brick. They have told you that pleasure is sin. They have told you that if you do something just for yourself, you are bad. If you eat a delicious meal and enjoy it too much, gluttony, sin. If you sleep too much, sloth, sin. If you enjoy sex, lust. The biggest sin. They have condemned every source of joy. Why? Why are religions so against joy? Because a joyful man is uncontrollable. You cannot dominate a man who is happy. You can only dominate a man who is miserable and afraid. If you are guilty, you are afraid. You are trembling. Oh God, I ate the apple. I am a sinner. Please forgive me. And then you go to the priest. Father, I have sinned. I enjoyed myself. And the priest says, 10 Hail Marys, give donation to the church, then you are forgiven. It is a racket. They create the disease. Guilt, so they can sell you the cure. If you don't feel guilty, the priest goes out of business. I want to put the priest out of business. So I say to you, drop the guilt. There is nothing to be forgiven for. Existence wants you to be happy. Why else would existence create so much beauty? Why are the flowers beautiful? Why is the sunset colorful? Why is food tasty? God could have made the world black and white. He could have made food tasteless, just pills for nutrition. He could have made reproduction without sex, just a mechanical injection. But He made it pleasurable. He made it ecstatic. This proves that God is a hedonist. God loves pleasure. And you want to be holier than God? You want to reject the gift? If you reject the gift, you insult the giver. When you are miserable, you are insulting God. When you are dancing, you are praising God. You have to understand the psychology of sacrifice. Society praises the person who sacrifices. Look at that mother. She starved herself for her children, and we put her on a pedestal. But go deeper. If you starve yourself for your children, deep down a hatred will arise. You cannot help it. It is natural. If I suffer for you, I will hate you. I will hold a grudge. I will think, because of you I missed my life. And that hatred will come out. It will come out in subtle ways. The mother will become nagging. She will become possessive. She will say, I did this for you, so you must listen to me. She will suffocate the child. Her love becomes a poison. A sacrificed life is a poisoned life. And the person who sacrifices becomes a sadist. Because they have tortured themselves, they feel they have the right to torture others. I suffered, so you must suffer too. Look at the old generation. They are angry at the new generation. Why? Because the new generation is having fun. The new generation is dancing, listening to music, having love affair. And the old people are burning with jealousy. We didn't do this. We followed the rules. We were miserable. How dare you be happy? So they condemn the youth, immortal, corrupt. It is not morality speaking, it is jealousy speaking. It is the jealousy of the unlived life. Don't be like that. Don't reach your deathbed full of regret. Don't die thinking, I lived for everyone else and I forgot to live for myself. That is the ultimate sin. To miss the opportunity of life, I teach you holy selfishness. What is the difference between ordinary selfishness and holy selfishness? Ordinary selfishness seeks objects. I want more money. I want more cars. I want your house. This is actually not selfishness. It is foolishness. Because none of these things will satisfy the self. You can have the whole world at your feet, but if you are empty inside, you are a beggar. Alexander the Great was a beggar. He conquered the world, but he died empty-handed. Holy selfishness seeks being. I want more consciousness. I want more silence. I want more love. I want to polish my soul. This selfishness does not harm anyone. If I meditate, do I harm you? If I dance in my room, do I take anything away from you? No. In fact, I add to the world. I add good vibrations to the atmosphere. If I am happy, my happiness ripples out. If you are sitting near a happy man, you feel a sudden breeze of joy. It is infectious. So, by being selfishly happy, you are doing the greatest service to humanity. You are raising the energy level of the planet. We need more Buddhas. We need more dancers. We need more lovers. We have enough social workers. We have enough politicians. We need people who can just be, people who are so content that their very presence resolves conflicts. So, stop looking at your neighbor. Stop worrying about what will people think. What will people think is the sentence that has killed more dreams than anything else in history. People will think whatever they want to think. That is their problem. It is none of your business. Your business is to blossom. If the rose flower worried, what will the grass think? I am so red and the grass is so green. Maybe I should be green too, just to be polite. There would be no roses. The rose is red, the grass is green, the lotus is white. Variety is the soul of existence. You are you. Be you. Be you so totally that there is no regret. If you are selfish enough to be authentic, you will find that suddenly guilt evaporates. The wall falls down, and for the first time you are in contact with the center, and from that center a new life begins. A life of grace, a life of ease, a life where you don't try to be good. You are good because you are happy. A happy man cannot hurt anyone. It is impossible. Only a miserable man hurts others. Misery is the mother of all sins. Bliss is the mother of all virtues. So be a hedonist of the spirit. Seek bliss at any cost, even at the cost of your reputation. Reputation is a toy. Bliss is the goal. We have spoken about the roots. Now let us speak about the flower. I have told you to be selfish, to nurture your roots, to forget the world and take care of your own being. Now, what happens when the tree is fully nurtured? What happens when the roots go deep into the soil and find the water? The tree does not hold the water for itself. It cannot. The water rises, it becomes sap, it moves up the trunk, and finally it bursts into a flower, and the flower releases fragrance. This fragrance is compassion. But notice the process. The tree did not try to be compassionate. The tree was just being a tree. It was selfishly drinking the water. It was selfishly absorbing the sun. And the outcome is a gift to the whole world. This is the only way real charity happens. It is an overflow. Imagine a cup. If the cup is half full, you cannot share. If you share, you will be empty. So you hold on to it, you become stingy. This is the state of your unselfish people. They are half empty cups trying to give, and because they are afraid of becoming empty, they give with hesitation, they give with strings attached. I will give you love, but you must love me back. I will give you money, but you must put my name on the hospital. It is a bargain. But imagine a cup that is full, not just full, overflowing. The water is pouring out over the brim. Now the cup needs to give. It is not a duty, it is a relief. If the rain cloud is full, it must rain. If it does not rain, the cloud feels heavy, it feels burdened. When it rains, the cloud feels light. So the cloud is grateful to the earth. Thank you, earth, for receiving my water. You help me unburden. This is the revolution I want to bring to your mind. The giver should be grateful to the receiver. In your world, the receiver is expected to be grateful. Oh, thank you for your charity. And the giver stands there with his swollen ego. Look how good I am. This is ugly. This is humiliating. In my world, the selfish giver says, thank you for taking my love. Thank you for listening to my song. You allowed me to overflow. You don't put a burden of gratitude on the other. You remain free and they remain free. When you are truly selfish, you become a luxury. You have so much joy, so much silence, so much energy that you don't know what to do with it. You have to share it. You have to dance to release the energy. You have to sing to release the joy. And whoever is near you receives the benefit. If you walk through a garden, the cool breeze touches you. The breeze does not choose you. It is just blowing. Be a cool breeze. Don't be a social worker. A social worker is a hot wind. He dries you up. Be a cool breeze. Just by your presence, people should feel cooler. People should feel calmer. Your vibration should be your service. And you are not doing it for them. You are doing it because you are cool. It is your nature. This removes all the tension from life. You don't have to keep a scoreboard. I did good deeds today. God, please note it down in your ledger. There is no ledger. The act of giving is its own reward. The act of loving is its own reward. When you flower, the joy of flowering is enough. You don't need a certificate from the government. You don't need a Nobel Prize. The bliss of the moment is the prize. And this bliss is only possible if you have been absolutely selfish in gathering the energy. You have to gather the firewood before you can build the fire. You have to dig the well before you can offer water. Your society tells you, don't dig the well, just start distributing water. But you have no water, so you distribute mud, you distribute your confusion, you distribute your neurosis. Parents distribute their neurosis to their children, teachers to students, priests to followers. It is a chain reaction of insanity. Stop the chain. Dig the well. Be selfish. Go deep. Find the water. And then you don't have to worry about unselfishness. The water will flow. It is the nature of water. So I propose a new type of human being. I call him Zorba the Buddha. Zorba is the ultimate materialist. He is the ultimate selfish man. He eats, he drinks, he dances, he loves women, he plays the guitar on the beach. He enjoys his body. He enjoys the physical world. He has no guilt, he is raw, he is alive. But he has no soul, he has no silence, he is all noise. Buddha is the ultimate spiritualist. He sits under the tree, he is silent, he is peaceful, he has touched the sky, but he is pale, he has no blood, he rejects the body, he rejects the world, he is half dead. The past has given you these two choices. Be a Zorba or be a Buddha. Be a materialist or be a monk. Be selfish or be unselfish. I say be both. I want you to be the synthesis. Be Zorba and Buddha together. Be selfish about your body, enjoy it, nourish it, celebrate it. And be selfish about your soul, meditate, go in, find the silence. Let your Zorba dance in the disco and let your Buddha sit in the center of the cyclone. This is the new man. He is not schizophrenic, he is whole. He is the Lord of the earth and the Lord of the sky. He is rich outside and he is rich inside. Why choose poverty? Poverty is stupid. Inner poverty is stupid and outer poverty is stupid. Be rich. Be totally rich. Have the best food, the best clothes, the best house, and have the best consciousness. Why not? God is the creator of both matter and spirit. If you reject matter, you reject half of God. If you reject spirit, you reject the other half. Accept both. And the bridge is this concept of selfishness. Loving yourself so much that you want the best of both worlds. Finally, understand the ultimate paradox. If you follow my path of selfishness to the very end, if you go deeper and deeper into yourself, do you know what you find? You find that there is no self. The ego exists only on the surface. The I exists only on the periphery. When you go to the center, the I disappears. There is only silence. There is only existence. There is only light. But there is no me to claim it. So the man who is totally selfish eventually becomes selfless, not because he tried to be selfless, but because by exploring the self, he dissolved the self, he becomes a hollow bamboo, and existence sings through him. This is the mystery. The people who try to be unselfish retain their egos. I am a humble man. I am a servant of God. The I is very strong in them. The humility is just a mask for the ego. But the man who dives into his self, the deeper he goes, the smaller the ego becomes. and at the very center, the ego dies. He becomes God. He becomes the whole. So, selfishness is the beginning, selflessness is the end. But you cannot begin at the end. You have to begin at the beginning. Start with the self, love the self, accept the self, and one day you will look for the self and you will not find it. You will find only love. You will find only light. And that light will bless the whole existence. So, my message to you is simple. Go home, look in the mirror, look into your own eyes, and say to yourself, I love you, I accept you, I am going to make you happy. I am not here to save the world, I am here to bloom. Drop the burden of the world, drop the burden of morality. Be innocent, be a child. Run after the butterflies, collect the seashells on the beach. Waste your time beautifully. Don't be serious. Be sincere, but don't be serious. And in your laughter, in your dance, in your deep self-love, you will find the door that you have been looking for. The door that the priest could not show you. The door that the politicians try to hide from you. The door to your own divinity. Be selfish. Be blissful. And let the overflow become your prayer.